So yeah, I mean, today I want to talk about the #1 selling bike for 2014, and I think we're slated
2015.
Yeah, we're slated on this for 2015. Yep. So it's the Schwinn AC Performance Plus, specifically with the carbon blue belt. I mean, we are selling more of these bikes by about 100-fold over any other bike, and there's a plethora of different reasons. I mean, the main reason is, you know, it's a beautiful looking bike, #1. I mean, I know a lot of the pictures don't do it justice, but when you're up to this bike, it's a very, very beautiful bike. I mean, the handlebars are definitely one of the best factors on this bike, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is that there's flat spots on both the outer and also the inner area, allowing you also to be able to create a proper aero position and a comfortable position on your forearm specifically while you're really riding into it. So it gives you a little bit more surface space that's here, which allows that to be able to be a little bit more enjoyable for you, really kind of cramp in and pull through onto the strokes that you're needing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the other thing is too, speaking of the handlebars and the seat post, is that you have the micro adjustment system. I mean, if you're looking for a bike that you want to fit everybody in your family on, you want to fit your wife, you want to fit your daughter, you want to fit your son, I mean, anybody that's in your family, this bike can fit pretty much everybody. That's simply because of the micro adjustment system. And as you can see, as you're sliding it back and forth, you can stop and start this at any point. And so there's a couple other bikes on the market that does it, but this one has this feature, and again, it has so many other features. You have the magnetic braking system, and this is where you start getting into why clubs are getting these bikes, is really the maintenance factor on them. Specifically on the magnetic braking system, you don't have to maintain it because there's no pads, like the pad-driven bikes like the Star Trek and the Le Mans. Those bikes have a pad-driven resistance system where the pad will actually hit the flywheel and create friction, and those pads tend to wear out, so you have to change out the pads. The magnetic braking system never touches a flywheel. So, I mean, it's definitely one of the advantages to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when we've been talking to the, you know, we've got 6 clubs that are actually coming up here shortly, and out of those 6 clubs, all of them decided after riding a variety of different bikes and taking a look at what's out there, they've gone with the Carbon Blue Performance Plus. And the reason being is the magnetic braking system and also the micro adjustments, because it's going to fit every piece of clientele that's going into it. Every single one of them has chosen this bike, and there's a reason. The carbon blue belt alone in itself, maintenance-wise, comparatively to a chain. So you want the functionality and the experience of an authentic cycling experience of a chain drive without the maintenance. That's the carbon blue. It's just not, there's not another belt drive that's out there that actually has that same experience.
Right.
And probably the best way to be able to take a look at it is actually at the belts, you know? So to be able to see those belts really showcases exactly that experience that you're gonna have.
So let me show you guys the belts. Just kind of up close, so you can kind of see the differences. This is gonna be the carbon blue belt. This is going to be the belt that's going to be on the Schwinns, and this is what's called a Poly V belt. This is a belt you're going to find on like the Star Trek NXT black belt, you're going to find it on the Kaisers, you're going to find it on the Le Mans. As you can see, it's a really flat, skinny belt. This belt tends to stretch quite frequently. So you can be riding on this, it's going to cause your computer readouts to be off, and it's also going to cause it to, as it stretches, you're going to need to change it out because eventually it's going to cause the flywheel to skip. The beauty about the carbon belt, it doesn't stretch. I mean, we've tested this belt out for about a year now, and we've tested it out daily, and we just want to make sure this belt doesn't stretch as true as advertised, and so far it has not stretched. I mean, it is by far the best belt, and again, as you can see, it's ribbed, and the way it runs off a sprocket just like a chain would. And so when you compare the two, this is going to give you that same authentic cycling feel that Schwinn has been known for the last 4 or 5 years, and what Jeff has quite frankly preached about is the authentic cycling feel with the ribs. And then you got the advantage of the maintenance free because you don't have to lube it, and then the other advantage is this makes the bike exponentially more quiet. So if you're looking at putting it into like a bedroom or someplace where you need a little bit, you know, apartment setting, that type of thing, this is the bike to get because it's going to make it much more quiet. So you're not bugging your neighbors, not bugging the wife while she's trying to sleep, that type of thing. So again, Kaiser, Le Mans, Star Trek, all of them have this type of belt, flat, flimsy. This is the carbon blue belt that the Schwinn has. So
I think when you're looking at those particular belts, I mean, you have the flat, that's going to be the experience that you're going to have when you're riding. And then you've got a dynamic belt that showcases a lot of, I mean, it's an aggressive looking belt. That's going to be the type of experience that you have. I mean, Jeff said over and over and over again, right? Perimeter weighted flywheel, aggressive inertia, 360-degree pedal stroke. That's this bike as well.
Yep.
So I mean, I think that the reason why we're so passionate about this particular bike and why we've chosen it as kind of our 2015 bike of the year, unless someone comes along and actually knocks it off that pedestal at this particular point, is because of not just one of these items, but the combination of all these items coming together on one bike. Other bikes have similar things, but they don't have